Krishnacendraya Namah Chaitanya Chaitamrita Adi Lila Satkam Parichet. So, sorry? Not Krishna. Bruhat Vastu Brahma Kahi Sri Bhagavana. Bruhat Vastu Brahma Kahi Sri Bhagavana. Sada Vaidhi Surya Purna Oro Tattva Dhamo. Sakti Namani Tare Nirvishesha Kahi Chit Sakti Namani Anile Unnata Hoye Hani Bhrat Vastu Brahma Kai Sri Bhagavan Sarvidhi Chorja Purna Paratattva. Translation Srila Prabhupada. Brahman, who is greater than the greatest, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is full of 6 opulences and therefore is the reservoir, ultimate truth and absolute knowledge. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that the absolute truth is understood in 3 phases of realization. The impersonal Brahman, the localized Paramatma, and ultimately the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The impersonal Brahman and localized Paramatma are expansions of the potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is complete in 6 opulences, namely wealth, fame, strength, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. Since he possesses 6 opulences, the personality of Godhead is the ultimate truth in absolute knowledge. Swarupa Ishwarjatar nahi maya gundo, sakol veder hoy Bhagavan se samandha. In his original form, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is full of transcendental opulences, which are free from the contamination of material world. It is to be understood that in all Vedic literature, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate goal. Tare nirvishesha kahi chit sakti namani, ardha swarupa namani le purnata hoy hani. When we speak of the Supreme as impersonal, we deny his spiritual potencies. Logically, if you accept half of the truth, you cannot understand the whole. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the Upanishad it is said, Am Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamid Purnam Udauchyate Purnasya Purnamadayo Purnamevavasishyati. This verse, which is mentioned in Isopanishad, Brihat, Aranyaka Upanishad, and many other Upanishads, indicates that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is full in 6 opulences. His position is unique, for he possesses all riches, strength, influence, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. Brahman means the greatest, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead is greater than the greatest. Just as the sun globe is greater than the sunshine, which is all-pervading in the universe. Although the sunshine that spreads all over the universes appears very great to the less knowledgeable, greater than the sunshine is the sun itself, and greater than the sun is the sun God. Similarly, impersonal Brahman is not the greatest, although it appears to be so. Impersonal Brahman is only the bodily effulgence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But the transcendental form of the Lord is greater than both the impersonal Brahman and localized Paramatma. Therefore, whenever the word Brahman is used in Vedic literature, it is understood to refer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord is also addressed as Parabrahma. Mayavadis and others sometimes misunderstand Brahman because every living entity is also Brahman. Therefore, Krishna is referred to as Parabrahma, the Supreme Brahman. In the Vedic literature, whenever the words Brahman or Parabrahma are used, they are to be understood to refer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. This is their real meaning. Since the entire Vedic literature deals with the subject of Brahman, Krishna is therefore the ultimate goal of Vedic understanding. The impersonal effulgence, the impersonal Brahman Jyoti rests on the personal form of the Lord. Therefore, although the impersonal effulgence, the Brahman Jyoti, is the first realization, one must enter into it, as mentioned in this Upanishad, and to find the Supreme Person, and then one's knowledge is perfect. Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, also confirms this. Bahunang janmanangante jnanavan amang prapadyate. One's search for the absolute truth by dint of speculative knowledge is complete when one comes to the point of understanding Krishna and surrenders unto him. That is the real point of perfectional knowledge. Partial realization of absolute truth as impersonal Brahman denies the complete opulences of the Lord. This is a hazardous understanding of the absolute truth. Unless one accepts all the features of the absolute truth, namely impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and ultimately the Supreme Personality of Godhead, knowledge is imperfect. Sripad Ramanujacharya in his Vedartha Sangraha says, Jnanena dharmena swarupam api nirupitam natu jnanamatram brahmeti katham idam avagamyate iti chet. He thus indicates that the real absolute identity must be understood in terms of both his knowledge and characteristics. Simply to understand the absolute truth, to be full of knowledge, is not sufficient. In the Vedic literature, we find the statement, Jah sarvajna sarvavid, which means that the absolute truth knows everything perfectly. But we also learn from the Vedic description, Parasya Shaktir Vivideva Sruyate, that not only does he know everything, but he also acts accordingly by utilizing his different energies. Thus, to understand that Brahman, the Supreme, is conscious is not sufficient. One must know how he consciously acts through his different energies. Mayavad philosophy simply informs us of the consciousness of the absolute truth, but doesn't give us information of how he acts with his consciousness. That is the defect of philosophy. बृहद वस्तु ब्रह्म कही श्री भगवान सड़े English. Srimad Mahaprabhu, as bona fide acharya, condemns the defective philosophy of Sankaracharya, that is Mayavad philosophy. Here, my revered spiritual master clearly stated that Mahabharata philosophy simply informs us of the consciousness of the absolute truth, but doesn't give us information how he acts with his consciousness. This is the defect of that philosophy. Parasya sakteri vivideiva sruyate. That supreme absolute truth, Bhagavan, has manifold energies, and he acts through his energies. But this Mahabharata philosophy doesn't give us information how he acts with his consciousness, with his manifold energies. Therefore, they accept only half and reject half. When you speak of the Supreme as impersonal, you deny his spiritual potencies logically. If you accept half of the truth, you cannot understand the whole. It's completely full. Purnamada purnamidam purnat purnamidauchyate purnasya purnamadaya purnamevavasishyate. This Upanishad, Bradaranyaka Upanishad, many Upanishads says, completely full. Sarishwarja Purna is completely full with 6 opulences. And if you say that completely full, Supreme Brahma, Parabrahma, as nirvishesa, impersonal, void, then you cannot understand the whole. That's the defect. Therefore, it is said in all Vedic literatures, and those who are bona fide Vedic acharyas, they say, Krishnastu Bhagavana Swayam. Krishna is Bhagavan. And here Mahaprabhu also says, the Brahman, what you say, Brahadavastu, is great. And greatest, greater than the greatest. Is Parabrahma, is Supreme Brahma. Example has been given here as the sunshine is all-pervading, appears very great to the less knowledgeable, but it is greater. The greater than the sunshine is sun itself. So greater than the sun is sun God. Similarly, the impersonal Brahman is not the greatest, although it appears to be so. Impersonal Brahman is only the bodily effulgence of the Supreme Personality Godhead. But the transcendental form of the Lord is greater than the both impersonal Brahman and localized Paramatma. Therefore, whenever the word Brahman is used in Vedic literature, it is understood to refer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mahaprabhu has said clearly. Again, you will find in the 6th chapter, Madhya Leela, Mahaprabhu, detailed discussions are there. Veda Purane kahe Brahma nirupana. Sei Brahma Bratavastu Ishvara Lakshana. Brahma sabde kahe Purna Swam Bhagavan. Swam Bhagavan Krishna Shastrera Praman. Mahaprabhu says, oh my bodies, what you say Brahma, that is Bratavastu, that is greatest, greater than the greatest. That is Ishvara Lakshana. That is supreme absolute truth. Brahma sabde kahe Purna Swam Bhagavan. Supremely full, Swam Bhagavan. This word Brahma indicates is Parabrahma. Swam Bhagavan Krishna Shastriya Praman. In all Vedic literatures, this has been given. Bhagavan Krishna is Parabrahma. Shastra Praman. And also takes shelter of that Supreme Brahman, Krishna. Sarva Swaya, Sarva Sebhya. He is the only, his lotus feet is the only place where also takes shelter. And his lotus feet is to be served by one and all, is to be served. Sebhyavastha. You understand? In all Vedic literatures, this has been said, Sarva Sebhya. His lotus feet is to be served. If you say that absolute truth has nirvishesha, what do you say? Void, impersonal. Then how can you serve his lotus feet? Has no lotus feet, no form, it's formless. This defect. Yeah? In all Vedic literatures, it has been said, Ekavasi sarvaga Krishna idyaha jang sarve deva namanti mumukhyavo brahmavadischa. Veda says this thing. That means that absolute truth is Krishna, who is Sarvavatari, who is the source of all incarnations. Sarvadi, who is the source of all emanations. Anadiradi Govinda Sarva Karanam Karanam. Everything originates from him, but he has no origin. Anadi. It's a Sarvadi. All demigods, all Brahmavadis, all persons who desire mukti, liberation, all of them worship that Krishna. All of them offer their prayers unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Do you understand? So the lotus feet of that Krishna is to be served. And one who takes shelter of that lotus feet of Krishna, he becomes fearless. Ashoka avaya amrutero talo tomar charanudaya. Tahate ekono visram labhya chadilnu bhavor bhoy. Mahajan Acharya, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Oh Lord, your lotus feet is such a place where there is no fear, no lamentation, no death. Now I take shelter at such place, your lotus feet. Therefore now I am free from all fear, all lamentation. Even I am not afraid of death now. Charilu bhavar bhoy. Manne akutasya bhayamachyutasya padambujo matra nityam udvigna buddhera sadatma bhavat vissatmana jatra nivartate bhi. 11th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam says this thing. This is Jante Kavi speaks to Nimiraja. O king, in this material world, the conditioned souls, you understand? Those who are entrapped by Maya, they think this body as the self, mental body as the self. Do you understand? Aham means I. Who is that I? Who is that I?
I think it means the body.
Who is that I? All think this body is I. Isn't it? Dehatma buddhi. Thinking the body is self. Do you understand? This is known as Dehatma buddhi. Do you understand? But this is not a fact. Do you understand? In English we say mithyahankara is false ego. It is not real ahankara. It is not real ego. I-ness means ego. Thinking the body is self is false ego. Mithyahankara. You understand? So, this is the defect. The conditioned souls think this body is self. They say this body is I. Therefore, They have been suffering here. You understand? They have been suffering here. They have been afflicted with three tapas. Adhyatmika, adhidaivika, adhibhautika. For this reason only. Do you understand? Huh? So for them to be relieved of this suffering, of this affliction, what is needed? Huh? To take shelter of the lotus feet of that Krishna. Do you understand? Take shelter of the lotus feet of that Krishna, who is Parabrahma, is Supreme Brahman, is Supreme Absolute Truth, Tattva. Do you understand? And serve his lotus feet. Service to lotus is lotus feet. Do you understand? Then they will be free from all sorts of fears, all sorts of lamentation, even they will be free from the fear of death. Do you understand? This verse, 11th canto, says this thing. Do you understand? Therefore, on the part of all the living entities, this is to be prayed for. How to get the lotus feet of Krishna, how to get the opportunity to serve his lotus feet, how to attain the ultimate goal, that is Krishna praying. Attain Krishna, get Krishna. Do you understand? One who gets us praying, then he can render pure service unto the lotus feet of Krishna. Prema Mayi Seva is known as loving service. Do you understand? Service rendered to the lotus feet of Krishna is loving service. Based on love. Unless one is endowed with love, how can he serve the lotus feet of Krishna? Can he? Are you serving Gopinath? No? Then you are a hypocrite. Why do you say, I am Krishna's das? I am servant of Krishna. You are not serving Krishna. How do you say so? You have no right to say. If you want to serve Krishna, how can you say? Then you will become a hypocrite. Isn't it? Huh? Are not you a hypocrite? Oh yes, he is a hypocrite. He admits. He admits. Why you don't admit? One who is a thief, chor. Huh? Chor hai chor. He is a thief. Oh no, he is a thief. Branded thief. Isn't it? So, all will be very cautious. A thief has come. Be cautious. Careful. But if that thief just pretends himself as a sadhu, comes in the guise of a sadhu, then he says, I am sadhu, I am not chor, I am not thief. It's more dangerous. Isn't it? It's more dangerous. Because I'll say, oh, a sadhu has come, but he's not sadhu. He's a thief. It's more dangerous. Rather, the thief is better than such hypocrite. Isn't it? So why such hypocrisy? Why? Give up this hypocrisy. It's a dangerous situation. Do you understand? And these people create great havoc in the society. Creates a dangerous situation. These hypocrites. You understand? Huh? They just say, we are servants of Krishna. Huh? We are servants of Krishna. Krishna loves. But not serving the lotus feet of Krishna with love. Then, great hypocrites. Isn't it? So give up such hypocrisy, that is said. Unless You'll be endowed with prem, love. How can you render service? Tell me. Can you? Because service will be rendered with love. Premo is seva. A loving service. Not other service. Huh? Krishna will only accept the loving service. Anya vilasta sunyam jnana karmadhi anabhrutam anukulyena krishnana siranam bhakti uttama. Isn't it? Huh? So, Rupa Goswami says, huh? Which is pure devotion, Shuddha Bhakti. Anya vilasa sunyam jnana karmadhi anabhrutam anukulyena krishnana siranam bhakti uttama. That is pure devotion. Do you understand? Where there is no desire at all. Desire of bhukti, desire of mukti. Desire of material enjoyment, desire of, let's say, liberation, merging into Brahman effulgence. It's free, completely free from. Anukulyena krishnana shranam. Only to serve Krishna favorably. Do you understand? This word, anukulyena, is a very significant word. Do you understand? This word, anukulyena, is very significant. Do you understand what does it mean? Gopinath Prabhu? Huh? You don't understand. What are you studying? Huh? Does anybody understand? Anukulyena, only one word will say favorably. What is that? Huh? Only you can say favorably in English. Otherwise, how can you explain further? Can you explain it further? What is that anukulyena? Huh? Yes? Yes. Aradhya Bhagavan Vadesatana Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachid Upasana Brajabadhu Vargena Jakalpita. Mahaprabhu's teaching. Mahaprabhu has taught you. Now Mahaprabhu is teaching this Mayavadis. You understand? So Mahaprabhu is teaching. Mahaprabhu has taught you how to serve Krishna. Anukulyena. As Rupa Goswami has said. Favorable means Ramya Kachid Upasana Brajabadhu Vargena Jakalpita. The damsels of Brajabhumi have served. That Nanda Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj. Kishore Krishna, 10 to 12-year-old Krishna, Madhurjya Kanilaya Krishna. It's all beautiful. Kandar Pukoti Kamaniya Visesa Sobham. It's more beautiful than the beauty, whose beauty par excels the beauty of the crores of Cupids. Do you understand? All beautiful, supremely beautiful. Even Krishna himself is attracted towards his own beauty. What to speak about that? So beautiful Krishna. How it should be served? That is anukulyena, brajabadhu vargena jakalpita. The damsels of Brajabhumi have served Krishna with love, pure love. You understand? No tinge of any desire. Only to give pleasure to Krishna. Nothing. In return, they demand nothing. They aspire nothing. They want nothing. Isn't it? Only to give pleasure. That is pure love. That is pure love. That is anukulyena Krishna Anushlanam. So unless you develop such love, how can you serve Krishna favorably? Tell me. Huh? Can you? Then one should not be hypocrite. One should be true servant, true servitor. Should render loving service. Pure love, based on pure love. As gopis, headed by Radharani, are serving. That is stated. And that is the ultimate goal. Sadhya vastu. Prema. Krishna prema is sadhya vastu. It is the ultimate goal to be achieved. Huh? So one who has gotten that prema, that love, he has got an opportunity to serve the lotus feet of Krishna. Isn't it? Huh? He has got the opportunity to serve the lotus feet of Krishna. Otherwise, how can you serve the lotus feet of Krishna? If you are devoid of the Svat Prema, huh? Can you? If that absolute truth will be impersonal, how will it be feasible? Tell me. Where will be the question of love? And where is the question of loving service rendered to his lotus feet? If the absolute truth is impersonal, void, then such nonsense. Defective philosophy, isn't it? And Mahaprabhu has done as a bona fide acharya, the supreme acharya, defeats this philosophy, condemns this philosophy, and establishes the real philosophy, bhakti tattva. Do you understand? Jetu tadiya charanam mujakosha gandham jigranti karna vivarei srujivatanitam bhaktya gruhita sarana puraya tesang napeisinaatho hrudayam buruha sopunsam. Third canto, Srimad Bhagavatam says this thing. Do you understand? Why not? Says this thing. This is Brahma Vakya. Do you understand? Lord Brahma offers prayer unto that Supreme Personality Godhead Krishna and says, O Lord, those are fortunate, those who are very fortunate devotees, Shuddha Bhakta, pure devotees. Do you understand? They are getting the nice aroma emanating from your lotus feet. The feet is a lotus. Nice aroma is emanating from it. Do you understand? How do they get that aroma? And how do they get it? And through which senses they get it? Huh? We get generally aroma through our nose. But the aroma emanating from the lotus feet of that Supreme Personality Godhead of Absolute Truth Krishna is received through the ear of that pure devotees, not through nose. You understand? Not through nose. It's through the ear. That means they constantly hear. They always hear the nectarian katha of that Supreme Personality Godhead Krishna. And they taste it, that aroma, that nectar. Do you understand? And they have accepted that lotus feet as a Parama Purusartha, as fifth Purusartha, the ultimate goal. Antim Sadhyavastha. Isn't it? Huh? You, oh Lord, you are bound up by them with the rope of love. And you are bound up there in their heart. You never leave their heart, even for a moment. Do you understand? Huh? So this is the topic of all Vedic literature, Sudapantharvisa, that coming down through hearing process. Do you understand? This tattva, this topic, nectarian topic of Krishna, his loving service rendered unto the lotus feet of Krishna. You understand? It's received through hearing process. Do you understand? It's received through hearing process. This is the topic in our Vedas. It's Veda Pratipadita Tattva. Do you understand? It's Vedic truth. Do you understand? So, those who are fortunate devotees, they with concentrated attention hear this nectarian katha, nectarian katha, coming out from the lips of that bona fide acharyas. Do you understand? And so, and that nectar enters into through their ears and goes deep into their heart. Do you understand? Deep into their heart. Then, thereby, the Hladini Shakti, the pleasure potency, awakens. Do you understand? Awakens. Do you understand what I say? This is very deep philosophy. This is the only means, only way how to awaken this pleasure potency. Do you understand? Only by hearing this nectarian katha from the bona fide source. If you can allow it to enter into your ear and go directly deep into the core of your heart, then this pleasure potential will be awakened. So, at that position, at that moment, it will be automatic. It will be spontaneous that you cannot but serve his lotus feet with love. Do you understand? You cannot but serve his lotus feet with love. Otherwise, you cannot serve. You cannot serve. Do you understand? So, if that absolute truth will be impersonal, how will it be possible? Huh? So, in this way, many things are there. I have no time to say. Mahaprabhu defeated this defective philosophy, pointed out the defects in Mayavad philosophy. Thereby he showered his mercy unto that great offenders, Mayavadi, Krishna Aparadhi. The great offenders at the lotus feet of Krishna because they think themselves as Bhagavan. They never render service unto it. They never surrender. Therefore they commit a great offense, grievous offense. Unless the gate, the mercy of Srimad Mahaprabhu, there is no question at all of their deliverance. Of their deliverance. So Mahaprabhu is so merciful, wonderfully merciful. Adhuta karunya. Therefore it is right. Adhuta karunya, wonderfully merciful. Adhuta padanya, adhuta udarja. Wonderfully merciful, wonderfully magnificent, wonderfully magnanimous. Mahaprabhu. Understand? He showed his mercy to one and all, without exception. Even the Mayavadis are not left out. Not left out. So merciful. Unless one gets mercy of Srimad Mahaprabhu, he cannot understand this Brahman, supreme Brahma, Parabrahma, absolute truth, Krishna. Thank you.